Welcome back to episode number 9 of Impact Wrestling Weekly. This coming Saturday night live for you guys will, of course, be Impact Wrestling's biggest show, or end of the year show, on pay-per-view. We have 3 pay-per-views a year, but we have the monthly Impact Plus events. But welcome. This isn't the main episode of Impact, so this isn't you're gonna get really cool angles or anything. This is Explosion. I'm bringing back Explosion. Anybody who appears on Explosion tonight, I will be writing people's names down as they appear. Will not be appearing on the rest of the card. So if you wrestle on Explosion, you don't wrestle anywhere else on the night. I'm just gonna pull my diary out. So I forgot to do this bit beforehand. Just watched a brilliant match between the Young Bucks and the thingy. So we've done NWA Weekly. That was done yesterday or last night while my missus was trying to go to sleep, but then she woke up anyway. So we've got Raw that night. So the UK Hooligans are here on screen. They're going to be wrestling. I do remember the majority of wrestling. What I'm going to do is once this is finished, I'll write everybody down in my little notebook or diary as I call it, and that will just tell me. Yes, it is the 10th of the 11th. So I'm going to put this in so that can be underlined. Sorry guys, I'm just going to quickly write down the date, which is the 10th of the 11th, 19, so you actually know. And anyway guys, it's nearly Christmas. You know, you'll be watching this in December. So hello to you lot with Christmas trees and enjoying yourselves and getting fat on chocolate every morning with because this is going out on this week. Because that was the last week when stuff went out. You'll be watching this on the 3rd of December. So Turning Point will be going out on Saturday, which works because it's a December pay-per-view. The only ones which are not caught up yet. I will be introducing a new series on Sunday nights. I was going to do 2 episodes of WCW like I was doing before, but I've come up with an idea, and that's going to involve Ring of Honor Wrestling and this database. It might not. I might not do it yet, but the idea is we'll try and save Ring of Honor. But I'm thinking I might not do it. Just stick to the 2 WCWs or going back to the 1930s. I ain't decided. Well, that way, I ain't decided yet. It's either going to be the second episode of WCW Lives, or it's going to be 1930s or the Ring of Honor series. I'm thinking 1930s, but I might be wrong. I might change that. But Roy Knight and Zack Knight backstage. Let's go on with this, shall we? We have come here to destroy anything in our path. For so long, me and my brother have been held back. And Zack goes, we are, if not the best tag team out of the UK. So we're going to go out there. We're going to go mental. Let's go mental. Let's go mental. So Zack Knight old school heel average. Roy Knight old school heel average. Zack Knight old school heel average. So yeah, they do this Let's Go Mental chant whenever they're in the UK. So I do know what I'm doing. In above at Sub Pro Wrestling, it'll heat the UK Hooligans defeat Hubba Bubba Lucha in 7:53 and Zack Knight defeat Bubba Gum. I'm just going to write Al Nigero and Bubba Gum down because they were tag team and I'll forget. But yeah. Alligator 47, Bubblegum 46, Zack Knight 30, Roy Knight 30. Noah Grimsby's WBD's fun babyface and it's got great. 42D, beautiful. In about Sub Pro Wrestling, a little Heat Congo Kong returns, defeating Ace Romero by pinfall the Crackerjack. Congo Kong monster above average, James Mitchell did good work on ringside. The announced quality in the colour commentary, Congo Kong 33, Ace Romero 39. Another good match. I really am happy that I was able to get Congo Kong back on the show because I think, you know, he was a great wrestler and then he just vanished. They had a great ongoing thing with him and Jimmy Jacobs and then he vanished and I was like, oh, okay then. There we go, so that's them. Alligator, Bubblegum, the UK Hooligans, Congo Kong and Ace Romero have all been on this show so far. There is a lot of names on this show which will not be appearing on this card. 22 E-, I do not. It was meant. Okay, I need to sort that out. My name is Charles Crawley, and this is my show. My job is to make sure you're all entertained. And as ringmaster of my own circus back in the UK, tonight I'm making my Impact debut, and you'll see the power of Charles Crawley. 22 E-. In a terrible match, Charles Crawley defeated Johnny Swinger in 6:34 by pinfall. Johnny Swinger 32, Charles Crawley 22. Charles Crawley in performance. So Mr. Crawley, I know I probably spelled his name wrong, but I don't care. It's very difficult to spell his name, and I'm sorry, Crawley, because I do know him. I've got a picture on my phone of me with him One of my favourite wrestlers in the UK at the moment. And then Swinger. But yeah, at least he's improving in performance. We'll move on from that. It's a B show after all. In about Pro Wrestling, a little heat. Ali Cat defeated Sue Young in 7:36 by from the Rainmaker headbutt. So we've got Sue and Ali Cat. So they will not be appearing on the rest of the night. Sue Young 35, Ali Cat 36, No Workbirds 37D minus. We'll move on. In a main event of this one, in a decent match, Colt Cabana defeated Rob Van Dam in 15:26 by people of the Colt 45, RVD 40, Colt Cabana 52. RVD was meant to win, but oh well, he can win on Sunday. RVD, and there we go. That's everybody written down in my diary. That's why it took a bit longer. 44D, not bad. There's no specific comments to be made about this show, which is good. But yeah, we'll move on. And I'll see you guys for the rest of the main card when these lot of wrestlers... How many is that? That's 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 wrestlers that I probably wouldn't have to fit in the card, but I don't need to fit in now, which is good. So we'll see you back here for Impact Wrestling Live in just a little bit. Thank you for watching Explosion. Welcome back to the Go Home edition of Impact Wrestling. This is Impact Wrestling. This is the main part of the episode. Welcome back, guys. We're on Monday, week 2 of December. Of course, Saturday night we have got Impact Wrestling Final Resolutions. Let's close the little notepad up, aka my police's notebook, where I write everything down, what's going on and what I'm doing each day. And this is Impact Wrestling. Let's go with it. In a pre-show bout, they had Subpar Wrestling Little Heat, Stone Rockwell Dagger, Lion Kid, Joe Fix, and Ricky Knight Jr. defeat Chris Renfrew, Tango, Big Grizzly, Madman Fulton, and David Stein. 84 and Stone Rockwell defeat Tango by from the elbow drop. All these, if you want, I'm just going to do this. If you want to see what gimmicks they're using, there you go. Ricky Knight Jr. 30, Joe Fix 28, Lion Kid 31, Dagger 42, Stone Rockwell 31, David Starr 43, Madman Fulton 41, Big Grizzly 26. Tengu 24, Chris Renfrew 33, Lion Kid and Techno, Joe Fix and Rumble 37D minus. Can't complain with that. In a feature bad Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Havoc, Kira Hogan, Lady Tap and Taya Valkyrie defeat Tony Storm, Tony Dashwood, Rosemary and Kylie Ray in 7:46 when Kira Hogan defeat Kylie Ray by pinfall. Kylie Ray 35, 36, Rosemary 45, Tony Dashwood 44, Tony Storm 37, Taya Valkyrie 37. Lady Tap 27, Kira Hogan 33, Havoc 35, Lady Tap and Rumble 40D minus. In a feature had Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, OVE and Mustache Mountain defeat Thunder Express and the Dinas in 8-12 when Jake Chris defeat Ace Romero both in the Shooting Star Press. I fucked up with Ace Romero. That is my fault. Ace Romero gets up here twice. Won't happen again next week, guys. I promise you that. Cousin Jake 37, Cody Deaner 36, Ace Romero 39, Falabar 34, Tyler Bate 46, Trent 7 42, Jake Chris 35, Dave Chris 34. No agreements. I'm only just getting used to the tag teams. So we've got 2,000 people who have sold out the Sultan Sports Center. But yeah, I'm still getting used to the Explosion and certain tag teams are made up. I forgot about Thunder Express, and I couldn't really go back and edit Explosion so I could use Thunder Express. So Ace Romero is the only one who gets pitted twice tonight. In a pre-show battle, Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Rascals, Trey Denton, Rance defeat the Desi Hit Squad, Mahala Bishira, Raj Singh and Rink Raju. In 7:32 and Trey defeat Raj Singh by the Yoshi Tonic. Rents 35, Des 45, Trey 43, Raju 38, Raj Singh 35, Mahala Bishira 27, Sheeran Rumble and Rents Influence. So I'm going to be announcing that this Sunday night will probably be a 4-hour pay-per-view, which means it'll probably end up being a 5-hour pay-per-view because I always use all my time, which I've worked out as 5 hours. With Reddy Mac out injured, it's in a decent pre-show match. Rhino teams up with Rich Swann defeating Pain Incorporated in 7:41 when Rhino defeated Moose by Pin of the Gore. Rich Swann 54, Rhino 44, Moose 47, Michael Alba 54, Algan in performance and Moose in performance 51D+. Here on a one-night deal in a pre-show match, decent wrestling but didn't have much cheat. Dave Boy Smith Jr. defeated JT Dunn in 8:22 by Pin of the Running Power Slam. JT Dunn 36, Dave Boy Smith Jr. 49. JT Dunn improving in performance, 45D. Then we open up the night with Bobby Cruz backstage and he goes, "Welcome to Impact Wrestling. With me at this time, the world champion Brian Cage. And what are your thoughts going on into Saturday night's pay-per-view?" And Burgers, I'm very nervous. You see, Impact Wrestling has got so many new guys in this place, and one of them is this monster. He's not been pinned or submitted, and he is undefeated here in Impact. You see, Bobby, being undefeated means you're very difficult to beat. Just remember, I am the machine, and that means I will walk at Final Revolutions, the World Champion. Well, he's walking out World Champion. So 53C minus Brian Cage thinks he's going to win and beat Monster Ripper. Well, we'll get a preview of 2 matches here tonight. As Monster Ripper will team with Pac to take on Zack Sabre Jr. and Brian Cage in our main event. In the above that, decent wrestling with a boy and his dinosaur defeated the Goers of Heaven. And 6:30 when Jungle Boy Nate Cole defeated Angelico by pinfall. Luchasaurus 29, Jungle Boy Nate Cole 39, Angelico 55, Jack Evans 52. Luchasaurus in performance and Jack Evans in performance. These guys are only on a pay-per-view agreement with AEW, so I was like, come on down to Impact Wrestling, please. And they agreed to come to Impact, so here they are. In about a decent wrestling, but not much heat, PJ Black defeated Will Ospreay in 8:25, both on a 450 splash. Ospreay 54, Black 49, a 52D plus. When Ace Austin comes out, he's not suited to his gimmick. Right, now we've got some room. Let's get these sorted for Sunday. I'm doing it. Let's get them sorted. I know Johnny Bravo needs it. Well done, PJ. You've been one of the best cruiserweights in the world. You see, you see this? I am X Division champion. That means I am the best. And this Saturday night, I'm going to walk in X Division champion and leave X Division champion. See you Saturday, Black. 29E. It's that dark in the UK. I've got my light on at the moment. In a very decent wrestling, but over cheap, Matt Taven defeated Filthy Tom Lawyer in 6:11 by pinfall by using the ropes for leverage. Matt Taven 42, Filthy Tom Lawyer 50, No Work Bruins at 47D. And then Miss Melissa Santos is backstage and she's like, Impact continues now with me being joined by the men who will defend their titles against this Saturday against the Lucha Brothers for North. And Nathan goes, look, just because we are working with New Japan and CML, the Lucha Brothers are back here in Impact. You see, me and Josh don't care about them. They can fly, but this Saturday night, me and Josh are going to go in and out Impact World Tag Team Champions. Very similar promo to what Brian Cage was saying. They're basically going, well, they can do all their flyy, flippy, floppy shit, but we're going to walk in and use our, they're not really flyers. They're going to use their hard hitting style, and they're going to walk in and out as the Tag Team Champions. And then Zack Sabre Jr. is backstage, and he's only, he hasn't got an interview. He's just there, sat there on a box or something. So this Sunday night is the final match in this rivalry. This Sunday night, one man will leave, the other will be hurt. You see, Pac, I don't know why you have picked on me. Why you have targeted me. I beat you on the UK tour, and I'm going to do it again this Saturday Night Live. I don't care if there is weapons. It will be me using my skills to beat you, Pac. 47D from Zack Sabre Jr. there. Beautiful promo from him. Can't complain. In about that, subpar wrestling, a little heat. Tessa Blanchard, Jordan Grace, and Alicia Edwards defeat Katie Forbes, Madison Rain, Saraya Knight in 7:44, and Tessa Blanchard defeat Katie Forbes by pinfall pile driver. Alicia Edwards 32, Jordan Grace 32, Tessa Blanchard 36, Saraya Knight 36, Madison Rain 38, Katie Forbes 33, Jordan Grace improving in technical, 36D minus. In a decent match, Dalton Castle defeated Eddie Kingston 8:13 by pinfall the Banger Rang. Eddie Kingston 47, Dalton Castle 47. Noah Prince couldn't say his gangster gimmick and showed it very good. 48D plus. And then Santos is backstage and she's like, welcome back to the interview centre. Joining me now is the challenger for the Knockouts title this Saturday night, Tillen Dashwood. Thanks, Santos. Look, Taya, this time I will not lose. This is going to be me. I'm going to be fighting hard and I'm going to succeed where I did not at Bound for Glory. You see, I'm going to be Knockouts champion and that's final. And she basically just walked off the set at that point. 42D. In a decent match, Killer Cross defeated Eddie Edwards in 8:05 by pinfall. Killer Cross 42, Eddie Edwards 74, Noah Cruz 64C. Jimmy Jacobs is backstage and he's like, I'm stood outside the locker room of RVD. I'm hoping to get some words on the last man standing match this Saturday night with Ryder. He knocks on the door and RVD exits the room. And RVD's like, look, I know why you're here. Just ask me about this Saturday night. This is simple and easy. I'm going to leave that match. And Rhino, I'm going to leave that match the winner. And Rhino will be laid out in a pool of his own blood. You see, he has come back here to take my limelight away from me. So I'm going to take it off him and back on me. 50 AC minus from RVD. In a poor match, Grado defeated Jerry Ryan in 8:22 both from the reboot. Grado 29, Jerry Ryan 45. I thought this would be a better match. No opponents 40D minus. In about that good wrestling and a decent match from the crowd, Jay Lethal, Sami Callihan, and Stu Bennett defeated Mark Haskins, Matt Sydal, and TJP in 7:45. When Callihan defeated Mark Haskins both from the Assault Driver. TJP 56, Sydal 63. Mark Haskins 55, Stu Bennett 62, Sami Callihan 53, Jay Lethal 73, Stu Bennett flying a 66C+. Not a bad match. Then a music video starts playing and it is Joe Hendry. He's back in Impact. He's like, Hendry's back in Impact Wrestling, where he wasn't given a decent push. I have come back to fight and kick some ass. I am the prestigious one. And this is my time to shine in Impact Wrestling. I know he'll probably do a better, job. But 29E, and then his music hits, and he comes out and in about that decent wrestling, but little heat. Joe Hendry defeated Marufuji in 7:44 by putting on the Freak of Nature. Marufuji 56, Joe Hendry 34, Nowhere Pros 49D+. Welcome back. Your main event is next, guys, as a Pac and Ripper takes on Cage and Zack Sabre Jr. In about that great wrestling and good heat, Monster Ripper and Pac defeat Zack Sabre Jr. and Brian Cage in 1935 and Pac defeat Brian Cage both on the corkscrew shooting star press. Cage 58, Zack Sabre Jr. 72, Pac 75, Monster Ripper 55, No Work Romance 62C. And then in a decent post-show match, Lucha Brothers drew with the North in 14:47 following a double disqualification. Pentagon Jr. 65. Ray Phoenix 78, Josh Alexander 38, Ethan Page 41. Pentagon Jr. and Techno and Ethan Page in Techno 44D. And then in a post-show battle, decent wrestling, Ace Austin defeated Andrew Everett in 8:30 both from the Aces High. Andrew Everett 42, Ace Austin 50, no appearance. Ace Austin's not suited with gimmick 36D minus. That's where we enter the go home edition of Impact Wrestling, with 61C increased our popularity in 24 regions. And 2,000 people got to see that great show. We'll see you on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching this longer episode than normal because of Explosion and me rabbiting on. And we'll see you Saturday night for another Impact Wrestling Weekly as Final Rose Live. And we'll see you tomorrow for AEW Weekly. Thank you for watching, guys.